Good evening. We start tonight with the K-Texas News investigation. A candidate for Abilene City Council, who's also a local pastor, is facing questions about politics at the pulpit. At issue, a video showing Scott Beard talking to his congregation, about his campaign for public office. K-Texas reporter Karina Hollingsworth has been following this and has what's at stake here.
Let me say this. We're going to shout hallelujah on the way out. I hear there's some dude running for city council, and you might can get his signs out in the foyer. I'm just saying, they're out there. If you don't have a sign in your yard, put one in your yard. I don't know who the dude is, but I hear he's good looking. Okay.
This video of Pastor Scott Beard of Fountain Gate Fellowship Church has some questioning whether or not the pastor violated IRS tax code 501c3, which grants nonprofit organizations and churches tax exemption. 501c3 states they must not participate in or intervene in any political campaign on behalf of or in opposition to any candidate for public office. McMurray University's political science professor Paul Fabrizio says this is a clear violation.
There's some dude running for city council, and you might can get his signs out in the foyer. I'm just saying.
The issue is that the individual is also the pastor. And so because he's the pastor, he is using his position as pastor to try to influence the votes of his congregation.
If the church is found to be in violation of 501c3, the church is at risk of losing its tax exemption status. After watching the video, Pastor Beard had this response.
Watching it, probably could have used a little more wisdom in saying what I said. I said what I said. We have no displayed signs in our building. Certainly, I mentioned that you could pick a sign up, but at the same time, it was educational to the degree that I said there's an election coming up.
The pastor says he believes he has not violated tax code 501c3, and he opens his doors for all candidates at his church.
All the IRS says is this, that if you oppose or if you are against or for a candidate, you can't do that. You have to open that door for all candidates. If one of our opponents wants to bring his signs into our foyer, we are welcoming that.
We reached out to Pastor Beard's opponent, Brian Yates, to see if he would take Pastor Beard's invitation to bring signs into his church. Yates responded, "I would not. There are sound legal reasons behind the restriction on tax-exempt organizations promoting or opposing campaigns of individual candidates. So I will not intentionally place signs or campaign information at any church, except when it's actively serving as a polling location." Pastor Beard says he takes the allegations very serious and is staying on top of this issue. He says he has reached out to lawyers at the Texas Ethics Commission and is waiting to hear back.
Some would say, well, you're breaking federal law. How could we trust somebody in a city council position that doesn't even follow federal law? Well, the truth is there's plenty to argue where that's concerned in terms of how we're approaching even signs on our own property. And so, look, just asking for people to continue to support us and to believe in us.
Ultimately, it's up to the IRS to enforce tax-related issues dealing with nonprofits, but as Dr. Fabrizio said, has done a poor job of enforcing the law. In Abilene, I'm Karina Hollingsworth, K-Texas News.